If anyone needed a flashing neon sign that Prince Harry's priorities are completely skewed, here it is. His silence over real family scandal versus his eagerness to shut down a rumor that paints him as the aggressor in a royal brawl. When Omid Scobie's controversial book came out, an exposé that threw King Charles and Princess Catherine under the bus with thinly veiled racism allegations, Harry didn't say a single word. Not one statement defending his cancer-stricken father or his sister-in-law, who was dealing with public scrutiny and personal battles. Nothing. He stayed quiet while the headlines exploded, while his friend-turned-biographer fanned the flames. Yet fast forward to a new book by Andrew Lownie, a respected journalist, not some TikTok gossip peddler, who claimed Harry once punched Prince Andrew hard enough to leave him with a bloody nose, and suddenly we get a rapid response. The Sussex PR machine kicks into high gear. A statement is issued to People magazine with lightning speed. I can confirm neither of those things are true. No hesitation, no ambiguity. Complete and unequivocal denial not just of the physical altercation, but of the suggestion that Andrew insulted Meghan Markle. One statement, crystal clear, done. The contrast is glaring. When it comes to protecting his own image, Harry is front and center. But when it's about shielding his family, his actual flesh and blood, from damaging accusations, he retreats into silence. And don't forget, Scobie didn't conjure those claims from thin air. He was given insider access. He's long been a mouthpiece for the Sussexes, operating as a quasi-PR extension. It's not like he made this up out of nowhere. Harry and Meghan handed him the ammunition. The fact that Harry didn't disavow or distance himself from that narrative tells you everything you need to know. And now, suddenly, the idea that he may have confronted his disgraced uncle at a family gathering in 2013, an incident that allegedly ended with a punch and a bloody nose, gets denied with full force. According to Lownie's book, the fight started because Andrew said something behind Harry's back. Harry confronted him, tempers flared, and punches were thrown. Again, this isn't a tabloid story. It's from a journalist with a credible track record. Harry says it didn't happen, but let's be honest. This is the same man who admitted to physically attacking his brother William in his memoir, Spare. The same man who confessed to losing his temper at staff and security personnel. So is it really such a stretch to believe he might have lashed out at Andrew? What's more suspicious is Andrew's silence. The man who has spent years dodging and weaving through Epstein-related scandals hasn't said a word to deny this new claim. You'd think he'd be desperate to deny a story about getting punched at a royal family event. But no, crickets. Which makes you wonder, maybe it's true. Or maybe Andrew sees value in letting it hang in the air, casting doubt on Harry's judgment and reinforcing the image of a prince prone to emotional outbursts. Then there's the second bombshell in the book. Allegedly, after the fight, Andrew tore into Harry verbally, saying Meghan was an opportunist, too old for him, and that the marriage wouldn't last a month. That's the kind of quote that can't just be brushed off. Whether it's true or not, it feeds a damaging narrative that everyone in Harry's life, his family, his friends, the palace, warned him about Meghan, and he ignored them all. If the public buys into that version, it's a fatal hit to his credibility, especially now when he's struggling to stay relevant in a post-palace world.
Prince William's reaction, meanwhile, is exactly what you'd expect from a man whose patience is wearing thin. He's always been the calm one, the composed, diplomatic heir. But even he has a breaking point. William's disdain for Andrew has been brewing for years. He reportedly wants him out of Royal Lodge, the lavish Windsor property Andrew refuses to vacate. William has been quietly lobbying to evict him, seeing his continued presence as a stain on the monarchy. And while King Charles has tried to tread lightly, balancing loyalty and damage control, William is done playing that game. Insiders say he's waiting for his reign to begin so he can deal with Andrew decisively. No more coddling. As for his relationship with Harry, it's reportedly beyond frosty. The brothers barely speak, and when they do, it's formal, cold, and strained. William sees Harry as reckless and manipulated. And after being portrayed in Spare as a bully and aggressor, he's likely done trying to reconcile. You can only be called a villain so many times before you stop extending olive branches. What infuriates many isn't just the damage Harry and Meghan have done, it's the hypocrisy. They call for peace, demand privacy, and then turn around and sell carefully curated narratives to the media. Every scandal is followed by some oddly timed photo drop or PR stunt. Case in point, just days after the Punch story emerged, we got TMZ photos of Harry, Meghan, and Archie frolicking on a beach in Santa Barbara, smiling, carefree, living their best lives. These weren't candid snaps. They were coordinated, glossy, timed for maximum deflection. And the captions? Full of sugary lines about how happy and high-spirited they are, especially compared to the rainy gloom of the UK. Subtlety? Non-existent. The entire setup screened damage control. But rather than silence the noise, it amplified the sense that everything around them is staged. Then there's Meghan's latest venture, launching a wine brand. But even that got overshadowed by bizarre marketing. Photos that seemed less about wine and more about showcasing her feet. Yes, seriously. That became the online talking point. While the media covered her new product, social platforms lit up with commentary about how oddly sexualized the campaign felt. It didn't help that this launch came in the midst of swirling rumors that her powerful talent agency, WME, is looking to cut ties. The Meghan Markle brand, once poised to conquer Hollywood, is now teetering. Ari Emanuel, the mogul behind WME, is reportedly frustrated with her refusal to take professional guidance. The word is that Meghan wants full control, but lacks the expertise to lead effectively. She resists criticism, blames others, and cycles through projects without clear direction. One day it's podcasting, the next it's lifestyle products, then activism, then media, but none of it sticks. There's no core, just spin. And slowly, the industry is backing away. The agents, executives, and partners who once clamored to work with her are now keeping their distance. When your biggest selling point becomes your ability to generate headlines, and not the substance behind them, your shelf life in Hollywood shortens fast. Even Meghan's loyal fan base seems unsure. On her birthday, praise focused not on her work, philanthropy, or leadership, but on how good she still looks. At 44, that's not a brand strategy. That's smoke and mirrors. As for Harry, his situation is just as precarious. The sunny beachside photos can't cover the cracks. He looks out of place, lost between the royal world he abandoned and the California lifestyle he doesn't fully fit into. His media projects have faltered. Netflix is reportedly cooling. Spotify already cut ties. The Archwell Foundation exists, but its positive work is often buried beneath tabloid scandals. What remains is a couple at a crossroads. Their media cachet is fading. Their reputations are bruised. Their relevance, once propped up by royal connection, is slipping. And the question echoing louder with each passing week is, what now? Because PR stunts, photo ops, and Instagram-friendly product launches won't carry them forever. At some point, the work has to speak louder than the drama. And so far, that work has been inconsistent, unfocused, and reactive. The world isn't waiting anymore. The spotlight that once chased them now moves on faster than ever. And the brutal truth is that if Harry and Meghan don't course correct soon, not with another photo drop or wine bottle, but with substance, they might find themselves not just out of the royal family, but out of public interest altogether.